Looks like first one goes to Jonathan Tannenwald. Go ahead, JT.
Thank you, Aaron and Rose. Thanks for giving us some of your time today. How's life been in Manchester? On the field, off the field, however you want to take it.
Life's been good. I mean, everything's pretty locked down in England, so we haven't really been able to explore Manchester, but I don't really do anything anyway, so that's not really a problem for me. So yeah, I just play soccer and then I go back home and I drink a coffee and read a book, and it's not a bad life.
And how was the Canada game for you coming on and scoring that goal?
Yeah, it was good. I think it felt like a little bit of a chaotic game, and so when I subbed on, it kind of felt a little chaotic, but I feel like we got a lot of like opportunities. Obviously, we just need to put them away, and yeah, thankfully we were able to get a goal towards the end. But a game versus Canada is always fun, intense, and competitive, so I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Kyle.
Let's go to Steve Goff. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Rose. Thanks for your time. What was your take on the other night coming off the bench instead of starting, and how you think Vlatko is going to manage your minutes over 3 games in 7 days?
To be honest, I don't really know what his plans are for the tournament, but yeah, I think in the game, whatever role you're given, you embrace, and whether that's starting or coming off the bench or not playing at all, once it's game time, you kind of just have to be 100% committed to the role you're given, and yeah.
And what does it weigh on you because you've had injuries over the years, playing in a tournament with a lot of games in a short amount of time? Have you been able to compartmentalize that and play as you do naturally and not worry about those things for the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think as athletes, I think you play your best when you're kind of playing in the present and not concerned about what the implications are in the future or what's happened in the past. So I think, yeah, I just go into every game, every tournament with that mindset of how can I help now, and what can I do now that's going to help best prepare me for what's ahead.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Let's go to Dan Pentland. Go ahead, Dan.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Rose. I understand you could be in line for your 50th cap tomorrow night. So my first question, how does that feel? And then secondly, I think your first cap came back in 2017 in the Sheba Leagues, didn't it? So again, how do you feel about the tournament? Does it kind of have a special place for you?
Yeah, I mean, this tournament's always fun to play in because I think there's always great teams involved, so it's always super competitive and a lot of really close games. So I've loved being a part of it every opportunity that I've been able to, and yeah, I think every time you get to wear this jersey and even just dress for a game is such an honor, and then to be able to get in and get some minutes too is it's incredible. I think it's something we've all dreamed of doing growing up, so to kind of reach this milestone is incredible, and obviously there's been so many people that have helped me get to this point, so it hasn't all been me, but yeah, it's nice.
Thanks, Dan. Steph Young, you are up. Go ahead.
Thanks, Aaron, and thank you, Rose. Vlatko talked to us after the Canada game about how, they were often in a numbers up situation in midfield. Given that, can you discuss what his instructions were to you before sending you in, and, your evaluation of yourself from that game?
Yeah, I don't think it was the best game I've ever played in my entire life. I think I misplayed a few passes, and but I can look at that, learn from it, and be better the next game. Yeah, you just told me to go in and go at players and be confident, and I don't know if I really did that, but yeah, I don't know how to end the question, but there was kind of an answer for you.
Yeah. As a follow-up to that, then what's your personal goals for yourself against Brazil? Obviously a different team, different style, but just for you.
Yeah, I guess just connect the passes and impact the game in whatever way I can. Hopefully that's kind of going at players and being a little like adding some creativity into the final third, but we'll see.
All right, thank you.
Back to Steve Goff. Go ahead, Steve.
The game the other day was a tight game against a very committed opponent. What were your emotions in that moment when you were able to score that goal and put your team ahead, given the difficulties of the previous 75, 79 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think any game versus Canada is always intense and competitive, and it can get chippy. And yeah, it was coming down to the wire. So I think, I don't know, there was an opportunity, and thankfully I was able to put it away. But I think whenever we're able to score against Canada, it's always fun and exciting. So yeah, I was happy to be a part of the goal and be able to celebrate with the team.
And looking at Manchester, your experiences there on the field, what has it been like integrating into that team, managing your health, the rigors of playing in the English League? What has the competitive experience been like for you?
It's been great. I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to go to Manchester was because I wanted to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone and be in an environment that was going to make me uncomfortable every single day. And I think it's definitely doing that. The girls are great. I love them. They're great people and incredible soccer players, very technical, and you have to be switched on for every single rep. So I think that's been great. And yeah, I think I am learning and growing and getting better there. And yeah, I like it.
Being in that soccer culture of England is obviously different from being in the U.S. I know you haven't been able to get around a lot because of the restrictions, but being in a different sports or soccer culture, what's that like?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, obviously in the U.S. there's so many different big sports, but to be in a place where soccer is like the main event has been really cool. There's always so much excitement around every single game in the Premier League, and everybody knows who's playing who, and it's been cool to be a part of. That was something I was excited about coming over, was just to experience this like football culture that everyone is so engaged and involved in.
Mm-hmm. Great, thanks, Rose.
Thanks, Steve. Looks like the last one will go to Steph Young. Go ahead, Steph.
Rose, you talked about being immersed in a great soccer culture, but you also talked about lockdown making it tough. Does that mean you're limited in your opportunity for dog interaction? And if so, are you weighing that against how much you want to stay there long term?
Actually, the area that I live in, there are so many dogs walking around. And there's actually this little dog walker that me and Abby befriended outdoors that just walks by with like 4 or 5 dogs on a leash, and it's like the best sight ever. So I've actually been really happy in that regard, because I see dogs walking every day, and there's puppies and there's bulldogs, and it's great.
Okay. Thank you.
Rose has actually befriended a bulldog puppy here at the hotel named Bonnie. So she finds dogs no matter where she goes. That's basically the moral of the story.
Yes.
We're going to let Rose go back to her room, grab a coffee, and read her book until training,
Thanks.
which is her favorite thing. So thanks, Rose, for your time. Thanks, everyone, for your time on a weekend. And we'll talk to everyone tomorrow after USA Brazil.
Thank you.